Good evening, everyone. I am Vishnu Jagtap, and in front of all of you, I am presenting the Money Control News headline. So, first of all, FII and DII data. In that, FII sold out 2,950 crore rupees, whereas DII sold buys 2,266 crore. Next, I talk about the four economic calendar for tomorrow. In that Australia 2 data is coming. That is AI Group Manufacturing Index December data. Next, New York's day. Next of India, S&P Global Manufacturing PMI December data is coming. Next, then in that economic data, I am talking about only US market as well as India market. These two markets economic calendar data I am speaking. Otherwise, rest of you have to read from the PDF. Then next, for Nifty 50. Top gainer from the Nifty 50, that is Bajaj Finserv, Titan Company, Coal India and ONGC. Then I talk about the top loser from the Nifty 50, in that SBI Life Insurance, ICICI Bank, Bharti Airtel, Grasim. Where next I talk about the bond. In that only one government bond is closed out at red, then rest of the bonds are closed out at green. That is one red bond is Japan government bond. Next I talk about the commodities section. In that only three commodities are closed at green. That is gold, crude oil, natural gas. Rest of the closes at green. Next, I talk about the currency market. In that, only one currency is closes at red, and rest of the all currency closes at green. That is one currency is that USD INR. Next, I talk about the bulk deal. In that, Elin Electronics tomorrow's bulk deal. Next, New Delhi Television. Next, I talk about the investors meet on January 2. In that, Tata Motors, Supriya Life Science. Next, stocks in news for tomorrow, that is HG Infra Engineering. Next, Jammu and Kashmir Bank. Next, Tata Motors. Next, REC. Next, NMDC. Next, Religare Enterprises. Next, 63 Moons Technologies. Next, Credit Access Grameen. Then next I talk about the page number 10. In that, stock under F&O ban for on NST for NSE for tomorrow. That is, no stocks are in ban for tomorrow section. In that, next I talk about the sectoral indices. In that, 10 sectors are closed at green. That is, 10 sectors and rest of the 11 sectors are closed at red. That 10 sector closes at green. That's name is PSU Bank, metal sector, reality media, energy, commodities, PSC, and consumer durable, oil gas, India manufacturing. Next I talk about in page number 12. In that, key indies. In that, Nifty 50 closes at 18,105, where has Bank Nifty closes at 42,986. So I talk about the previous day, about the Nifty. In that, 85 points it's below, and where has Nifty Bank 265 points below from the previous day. Then I talk about the uh, top news for tomorrow. In that, all the Silma and sequels we have to look forward to in 2023. Next, GST collection rises to rupees 1.5 lakh crore in December, up 2.5% from November. Next, India can become a $5 trillion economy by 2025. Next, Elon Musk is now the first person ever to lose $200 billion. Next, in key event next week, India, USA, UK, China and Europe December PMI Euro inflation data, Fed minutes coming. Next, next Prime Minister's vision for 2023 is mobile phone exports of rupees 1 lakh crore. Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Next, Maharashtra, massive fire breaks out in Nashik chemical plant, one death, 17 injured. Next, on New Year, Mark Zuckerberg shares photo with the pregnant wife. Next, India's electricity consumption grows 11% to 1.1 to 1.19 billion units in December. Next, Lionel Messi shares New Year's note. A new year will never forget. See post. Next, petrol diesel sales surge in December as economy picks up momentum. Next, missed this business books in 2022. Next, India's coal production likely at 997 MT in FY24. Next, commercial LPG cylinder gets costlier by rupees 25. Next, Earthquake jolts Delhi NCR on first day of New Year. Next, excise is China in new phase of COVID fight, warns of challenges. Next, comes to the page number 15. In that, rupee falls over 11% in 2022, worse since 2013. Next, after scaling record highs, market ends in December 2022 on a negative note. Next, commodities like to remain subdued. Next week, all eyes on U.S. labor report, manufacturing PMI. Next, more than 250 small caps gain 10 to 41% in the week as market bounce back. Next, oil ends year of wild price swings with second straight annual gain. Next, daily voice in that how to control inflation without slipping into recession. This investment advisory examples. Next, on page number 16, in the stock section, in that Oyo's IPO likely to be delayed by another quarter report. Next, accumulate Federal Bank target of rupees 161 him security. Next, powerless debut alien electronic dip 8%, closes at rupees 227.65 on listing date. Next, Shah Polymers IPO subscribed 86 point on debut, 86% on debut. 10 key things to know about the public issue. Then I comes to the personal finance section. In that, EPFO implements Supreme Court order, gives option for higher pension to eligible subscribers. Next, revised rules for safety deposit lockers, new KYC norms to buy insurance. Key 6. Next, government hikes interest rate on some small savings scheme by 20 to 110 basis point for January to March. Next, SEBI punishes DSP AMC trustees for undercutting scheme expenses to WO investor. Next, LIC and LIC going public outpatient cover 7 reforms that changed Indian insurance in 2022. Next, got rupees 10 lakh time to look at tapped funds in 2023, says LIC mutual fund Marsban Irani. Next, on page number 18, in startup section, in that PEVC funding tanks 30% in 2022. Here's now Indian startups fared his year. Next, government to launch Digital India Innovation Fund for catalyzing deep tech startups. Chandrasekhar. Next, hate is public, love is private. Byju's Ravindran to employ on his 2022 learnings. Next, Meesho cuts monthly cash burn by 90% to rupees $2.4 million. Still has $500 million in bank. Next, 1 liter a day. A generous tip 72 silver coins. How Indians used Blikin kit in 22. Next, SAS in 23. Founders and investors spot emerging themes amid recession fears. Next, Mamaearth IPO 5 key highlights from its DRHP. Next, Creds Kunal Shah retains title as top angel investor with 67 deals in 2022. Then comes to the page number 19. In that opinion section, in that purposed Ukrainian Russia peace talks death on arrival. Next, 2023 unlikely to be just a boring year for central banks. Next, India's food surpluses are marginal. Next, Pele was the most important soccer player of the all time. Next, I talk about sharp fall in global deal making bring pandemic era frenzy to a halt. Next, 2023 headwinds created by global uncertainties to work against India's export sector. Next, how RBI design choices will affect the demand for rupees. Next, a global recession is coming, but India's defense are in place. Next, India Brazil ties in Lula. New Delhi has a reliable friend. Next, revisit maritime policy to increase India's shipping revenues. XIM trade. Next, it's quick to clear what long term investors must do in 2023. Then we comes to the page number 20. In that business section, in that petrol diesel sales surge in December has economic picks up momentum. Next, GST collection rises to rupees 1.5 lakh crore in December, up 2.5% from November. Next, Sakura Auto India post 48% jump in sales at 4,788 units in Delhi. Next, SBI asked field functionaries to desist from mis-selling of insurance products. Next, Toyota Kirloskar Motor sales dropped 3.8% to 10,421 in December. Next, Maruti Suzuki India post 9% decline in wholesale at 1,39,000 rupees 39,347 units in December. Next, commercial LPG cylinder gets costlier by rupees 25. Check prices here. Next, New Year celebration. Swiggy delivers 3.55 lakh biryani order over 2.5 lakh pizzas. Next, rupee falls over 11% in 2022, worst since 2013. Next, Delhi NCR ban on coal, other unapproved fuel comes into force. Next, power deficit rises slightly to 0.6% in April November. Demand surges around 11%. Next, corporate tax to GDP ratio exists 3% after 2 years in FY 2022. Next, Meta said to make decision on Donald Trump's return to Facebook report. Next, JSW Group molds foray into EVs to manufacturing four-wheelers. Next, Elon Musk is now the first person even to lose 200 billion. Next, weather uncertainties gripped agriculture sector in 22. Food grain supplies crop prospect look bright. Next, Chinese manufacturing weakened amid COVID-19 outbreak. Next, 2023 recovery wins airlines expansion plans. COVID air pocket await Indian aviation sector. Next, it was a bad year for stock and a worse year for Tesla. Then we comes to page number 21 in that economic section. In that corporate tax to GDP ratio exists 3% after 2 years in FY 2022. Next, Chinese manufacturing weakens amid COVID-19 breaks. Next, business in the week ahead. Next, Australian India Business Council hails trade pact has a watershed moment. Next, sharp fall in global deal making brings pandemic era fancy to halt. Next, revisit I'm repeating. Next, it's quite clear what long-term investors must do in 2023. Next, current account deficit widens to 9-year high at 4.4% of GDP. Next, on page 22 in that political section, that opposition showing its mindset to finding fault with Kalsa Bandhuri project. CM Basavaraj Bhumai. Next, Election Commission's mission 929 to take voter turnout in Tripura to over 90%. Next, Haryana Sports Minister Sandeep Singh booked for molesting women coach. Next, preparation for on Rahul's Bharat Jodo Yatra in UP. Next, with speeches to Ukraine and the world, Zelensky shapes a narrative of the war. Next, basic rights in India have become luxurious and entitlements. Mehbooba multi rights to CGI. Next, regained unified identity in 2022. Delhi to get new major in 2023. Next, Bengal corruption charges dog TMC. Exodus hits BJP stables. Next, India abstains on UNGA resolution asking ICG opinion on violation of Palestinian rights. Next, war of words with Delhi LG, controversy over ministers mark event full 2022 for AAP government. Next, event his mother's final journey did not steer Modi away from his chosen path of service before self. Then I talk about the international news. It's in last 23 page number. In that, throng revelers throng to New Year's parties world over after COVID hiatus. Next, Ukraine facing another Russian missile attack. Next, TSMC starts volume production of most advanced chip in Taiwan. Next, COVID rules for travelers from China ruled out around the world. Next, US State Department approves potential sale of anti-tank systems to Taiwan for $180 million. Next, UK to consider COVID curbs for arrivals from China. Next, Elon Musk tells Tesla's workers not to be bothered by stocks market. Then that much for today. Thanks for watching.